Way down the bottom. But it's all good. Okay, so this is called What's Next. I guess this is my garden experience, like that of Eve, falling for the lies of the serpent, whose only intent was to deceive. See, no one ever sat me down to discuss the birds and the bees. No one ever explained sexuality. So I guess I was trying for the picture. To hear the false advertisement that the serpent was pitching, telling me I was cute, so I would stop and listen, as he gave the free demo of his fruit. See, but that serpent, he failed to inform me of all the seeds in that pomegranate. Some sweet, some sour, all having the power to cause seeds to within me being planted. The juices evidently flowing with dopamine, releasing pleasure to my nucleus, causing me to be a pink. No one explained the other side of that juicy ass pomegranate. Now I'm left cleaning up the mess and I still don't understand it. See, my mom was almost finished parenting when I surprisingly arrived. Something about an IUD not being right. Either way, she wasn't from the time when parents took the time to explain. So my only advice on sex came after almost being caught by the mother of my ex. You want to go to college? Then don't have a baby. You don't want to have a baby? Then don't have sex. So is that the extent of it? Do I tell you now that I've been tasting this fruit so long that your poor heart couldn't handle it? It's now the time to tell you that I've been given this fruit long before I had the chance to decide. Am I now supposed to deny how it makes me feel inside? So what's next? Am I supposed to act like I don't enjoy the sex? Not quite knowing how to separate the emotional drought from the physical pleasure in the food, even when I was the one who was selling the food. Trying to convince myself that as long as I was in control of the exchange, the outcome would be different. The outcome would be how I want it, and I would win the game. Was the serpent still feeding me a delusion? Because no matter how I bit, once I tasted the juice, I regurgitated confusion. So what's next? Do I try celibacy as if I don't enjoy sex? Fast forward to me as a mother and stepmother to two teenage girls, explaining the reality that there's only 11 months and 13 days separating their entrance into this world. Trying to explain to them all I know about the pomegranate. So when the exchange came for them, they would understand it. So what's next? Do I don't mention that they may too enjoy sex? Letting them know even though it may bring pleasure, the aftermath of the transaction isn't worth uncovering what they should indeed, in fact, treasure. Explaining the cause for the emotional torment by explaining the receptor and transference. See, as women, we were made to receive, and everyone you let in leaves a drop of them behind, even when wearing a sleeve. Leaving you unable to get a hold of your emotions. Cool when they're around, when they're not around, you're causing commotion. Damn, they're looking like you're going into convulsion. But as the serpent said, you have been enlightened. You didn't actually die, although you may probably want to with all the tears you cried. That's the expensive price you pay for letting them inside. Just like the pomegranate, he is ripened with seeds, which he doesn't mind sharing with whomever he pleases. See, he is much akin to this deciduous tree, which at maturity loses leaves on cue, seasonally. As the seasons change and they move on to the next, and from you they try to uproot, you can't let go and fight to hold on because he's still growing inside you like strange fruit. Not really sure who you are anymore. Straight the mood swings you don't control. Feeling overwhelmed like you just can't handle it. Happy, sad, angry, jealous, mad. Your emotions run the gamut. But every fruit you sample, although it's gone, a piece of them still undigested sits there. Now you're pulled in many directions by the strings of these absent, uncoordinated couple tails. So what's next? Do I say something to deter them from sex? I'm not going to act like this fruit isn't appealing, that it's not tasty, or after you taste it or partake of it, it won't give you a satisfying feeling. But I do suggest that you make sure it's not picked over, and preferably organic. Steer clear of the pesticides as you don't want it to cause some kind of damage inside it that may alter your inside. I suppose the safest way to deal with this produce is to make sure it's purchased and owned only by you. Just something I felt I would share, whether or not you choose to heed. Just giving you the nutritional value so by the serpent you too won't be deceived. Now that your eyes are open and you don't have to choose blindly, eat the fruit, don't eat the fruit, weigh your options and choose wisely.
Day.
Always microphone challenges in 6-2. Give it up one more time for Crystal.